What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. Today, Bandai dropped a slew of different things on us today. We got the black cards in Set 7, we got the Saiyan Legacy Starter Deck, we got the Expert Deck, Dash Pack promos. It must be Friday with all of these reveals, which means tomorrow I'm going to Atlanta for Comic-Con. No, wait a second, today's only Wednesday. Why are they dropping this bombshell on us? First up for the Saiyan Legacy Starter Deck, we've got King Vegeta as our leader. His permanent says you can't include non-Saiyan battle cards in your deck, which makes perfect sense for the King of all Saiyans. His Activate main says, once per turn, choose one card from your life, add it to your hand. Lead up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to one red or green Saiyan card, or King Vegeta's Dynasty among them, and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So, you get to +2 once a turn. He doesn't have to attack. You don't have to do unnecessary damage to your opponent. That's fantastic. Having leaders that have unique abilities that doesn't require them to attack a leader to draw a card is great. Bandai finally listened to us that we hated that ability. Another thing I really like about this card is he has a unique Awaken ability. When you have King Vegeta's Dynasty in your battle area and 3 or more cards in your energy, you may draw one card, choose one of your energy, switch it to active mode, and flip this card over. Doesn't matter what your life is at. And I like that. I like that we're getting more leaders that have different types of requirements for their Awaken. It's really cool, and it really, it kind of inspires a different type of game, a different type of playstyle. Because not everybody's trying to just inflict massive damage to themselves so they can awaken as quickly as possible. When he awakens, he goes to King Vegeta, leader of the Saiyans. His Activate main says, once per turn, choose one ability. You may choose one red or green Saiyan card in your battle area and place it in its owner's drop area. If you do, draw one card, and this card gets plus 5,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn. Really great ability. It gives you some good damage that you can deal out, and if you've got the cards to combo, this can potentially be a secondary finisher. You can also choose one battle card in your hand with energy cost of 2 or less and play it with its skills negated for the duration of the turn, then draw one card. What I like about that is there's different things that you can abuse with that, and we'll touch more on what we can abuse with that here in a second when we get to the field card. Up next, we have Raditz, Earth Invader. He's a 2-cost, 15,000 power. His auto says, when King Vegeta's Dynasty is in your battle area, is placed in its owner's drop area, activate this skill. If Raditz isn't in play in your battle area, you may play this card from your hand. So, when the card goes to the drop, either by your skills or your opponent's skills, because remember, we got that Vegeta, the 2-cost Vegeta from Clash of Fates that gets rid of field cards. We've got the World Martial Arts Tournament Piccolo Jr. that gets rid of field cards. So King Vegeta's Dynasty can go away for a number of reasons, including its own ability. That would allow you to play this Raditz for free. The only thing I have an issue with is this Raditz doesn't do anything. He is a 15k nothing. Like, he's just a free attacker. He can do damage to the leader, but I don't know, it kind of feels like a waste of deck space. And another thing that somewhat bugs me is he's not a member of Vegeta's family. Why does he care about Vegeta's Dynasty? Up next, we've got Vegeta, Royal Prince. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power. Activate main says, once per turn, choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. This card gets plus 5,000 power and critical for the duration of the turn. So similar to the Kaba, the Trunks GT, and the Gohan we had, but the difference being he's a 2-cost, so he comes with an extra 5k to defend himself on your opponent's turn. I don't really know that I think it's worth it, especially since, really, you're not expecting that card to live. You might try and protect it seeing chain attack or whatever, but you're not expecting them to live. It's a 5k, drops, it goes up to 15k. You're trying to get some easy, quick early crit damage in, and you're going to get a card from your life. So you're going to try and plus off of it. Do I really think it's worth 2 energy to do that? No, probably not. Then we've got Faded Kaioken Son Goku. He's a 4-cost red-green with 20,000 power. He's got a rival, energy exhaust. The permanent says you can only have one in your battle area. And his activate main says, once per turn, choose one card in your life, add it to your hand. If your life is at 3 or less and your leader card is a Saiyan, this card gains double strike and dual attack for the duration of the turn. I really like this card, and I think this card could be really good, especially in the Set 2 Vegeta leader. Just face it, guys. Anytime we get a good Goku or a good Vegeta, I'm going to try and run it with that leader, because I feel like that leader is always going to be somewhat relevant, because you can just abuse the crap out of him with Goku and Vegetas. And it's Vegito, so I always want to make that card work. Then we've got the field card, King Vegeta's Dynasty. It's a 2-cost with energy exhaust. Auto says, when this card is placed in your battle area and your leader card is a King Vegeta card, choose up to one Saiyan card with the energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it with its skills negated for the duration of the turn. If you played a card, draw 2 cards. Here's why I like this. Specifically for the character we were just talking about, Vegito. You could run Goku and Vegetas with the King Vegeta leader with this card. This card's going to let you play a Vegeta or a Goku from your hand, 2 cost. The leader can let you do the same thing. You're getting them both out, and then you'd have that extra energy to Union Potara. Is that what they want you to do with this? Probably not. Is it some cheeky ass shit that I'm going to do with that Vegito stuff? Absolutely. Now, sure, you could argue that the blue Goku and Vegeta combo that we got in set 6 for the Vegito support would be better. Perhaps. But, it's something I might try anyways. If, at the very least, it's just an idea. I mean, you can always use that to get out other cards. The only thing I don't like is you negate your card's skill. Like, I don't understand. I just don't really see the point in doing that. Then, for the Universe 6 Assailants Expert deck, we have the leader of Kaba. His permanent says you can't include non-Universe 6 battle cards in your deck except for Vegeta cards. That makes sense. When a blue or yellow Universe 6 card is placed in your battle area, that card gets plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Then choose one card in your life and add it to your hand. So you can awaken yourself pretty easily just by playing your cards. And you can give them a free 5k boost every time you play them. So pretty much that makes it to where all of your cards are going to be somewhat relevant for battle. His Awaken says, when your life is at 4 or less, you may choose 2 of your energy, switch to active, flip this card over. Of course, we're going to get some, generic leaders that are just like 4 or less life. And that's fine. Not every leader needed to have a unique ability. But we just didn't want every leader to be the same vanilla stuff we got in sets 3 and 4. On the Awakened side, we have Vegeta and Kaba, Master and Pupil. Permanent says this card gets plus 5,000 power when all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, so be sure not to tap out. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. When your opponent's leader card attacks, if all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, choose up to 2 of your opponent's energy. Cards chosen with this card's skill can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. Now, that's not hard to get around, but you have to play your stuff efficiently, since it's when your opponent's leader attacks. If you're attacking this leader, or you're attacking your opponent when they have this leader, do that before you tap out. Do that before you play your cards for the turn, because you're just going to be stuck with down 2 energy for no reason whatsoever. Auto says, once per turn, when one of your card's skills switches an opponent's battle card or energy to rest mode, draw 1 card. Thankfully, that's a once per turn skill, because we have some of the new Set 7 Universe 6 support that does that. And of course, there's plenty of yellow stuff that switches cards to rest mode anyways. So first up, as far as the rest of the deck goes, we've got Vegeta, Saiyan of Universe 7. He's a 4-cost, 20,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less, or return them to their owner's hands. Then draw that many cards. That's not terrible for 4 energy. I mean, if you played it early enough, if you played it like on turn 4 or the turn you have 4 energy, bounce 2 of their cards back. And granted, they're going to get those abilities. They're going to get those autos when you play this card, but could potentially be a big play, especially because they're going to have to spend the energy to play those cards again. Then we've got Champa, Scheming God of Destruction. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to 1 blue or yellow Universe 6 card in your battle area other than this card. He gets plus 10,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So, I don't know. I feel like this card is useless. Now, granted, it's for the duration of the turn. So, the Champa Double Strike combo from set 1 or the Supreme Kai Leader, they're only for the battle. This would be, but it's 3 energy for essentially the same thing. I feel like this card's just not that great, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. Then we have Sisterly Bonds Kale. She's a 2-cost, 9,000. When you play this card from your hand and your leader card is a Universe 6 card, look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck and choose up to 1 blue or yellow Kaba or Caulifla among them with energy cost of 2 or less and play it. So right there, she can set up some nasty combos, set up for your Cauliflas, or just set up for your for the 4-drop Kale and Cauliflas that we revealed in our blue-yellow video, where you just combo 1 energy and they evolve on top of them, similar to the Great Apes. Then we've got Hit, Ace of Universe 6. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 with auto Bond 2 Universe 6. We haven't seen a lot of Bond cards in a while. When you play this card, reduce the combo cost of blue and yellow Universe 6 cards in your hand by 1 for the duration of the turn. So he has a similar effect to, I think there was another card that reduced combo cost, but I feel like that reduced it as long as he was on the field, where this is just for the turn it's played. Then we have Kaba, Saiyan of Universe 6. He's a 2-cost, 5,000 power. When you play this card, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 blue or yellow Universe 6 cards among them, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. If you added a card, choose one card from your hand and place it in your drop area. When you play this card, if Planet Sadala is in your battle area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. Cards chosen with this card's skill can't be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, you can get a +1. That's alright. It's not terrible. But, that ability, when you play this card and Planet Sadala is in the battle area, locking down your opponent's rest mode cards is a really big deal. And that could be a game changer. That could make this deck relevant. Then we've got Caulifla, Troublemaker of Universe 6. She's a 2-cost, 10,000 power. When you play this card, you may choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. If you do, choose up to 1 of your opponent's energy and switch it to rest mode. So, she can shut down your counter plays, your counter attacks right there. Kind of scary how much tapping yellow is doing by putting all your stuff in rest mode this set. Then we've got Vegeta and Kaba, Master Pupil Bond. It's a 3-cost, 19,000 power with Barrier, blue-yellow Aegis, Energy Exhaust, and the auto says, when this card activates Aegis, you may choose 1 card from your hand, place it in your drop area. If you do, choose up to 1 blue or yellow Universe 6 in your drop area with an energy cost of 2 or less and no keyword skills, and play that card. I mean, it's going to let you play a free card, but it can't have any keyword skills, which auto is not a keyword skill. So you can do that. It is blue-yellow, so it'll let you kind of use it as either energy. It's not a terrible card, by any means. But I feel like with all the Veggie support that's already out there, I feel like this card just is not going to... It's not going to do as much. There's not room with all the support we already have. I'm already finding for other decks I've been building that there's just not room to run all of the fun older stuff and the newer stuff in the same deck. Then we have the field card Planet Sadala. When this card is placed in your battle area, choose up to one Universe 6 card from your hand with energy cost 2 or less and play it. If you played a card, draw a card. So, you're basically getting this out for free because you're going to get out a 2 cost. And then you're drawing a card, so you're even replacing the card you play. When this card is placed in the drop area from a battle area, choose up to one of your opponent's energy, switch it to rest mode, look at the five cards from the top of your deck, choose one Universe 6 among them with an energy cost of 5 or less and add it to your hand. Again, this is a good card. This definitely needs to be played. It's a damn good thing that the green 2-drop Kaba is not Universe 6, because it could be abused so much with this stuff. And it probably still will be played with this. But if you could play it for free with the Universe 6 stuff, then that would be just outrageous. Then we have Frost's Deadly Poison. It's a 3-cost extra card. It's a counterplay. The battle card your opponent is playing is played in rest mode with its skills negated for the duration of the turn. Then draw 1 card. Then if your life is 3 or less, choose one of your blue or yellow energy and switch it to active mode. So if you play it later in the game, you're only playing it for 2 energy. And to be able to rest one of your opponent's battle cards coming into play, that can be a really big deal. Now, Crusher Ball, I feel like, is just better. The only advantage this has over Crusher Ball is you would basically negate any autos that activate when the card comes into play. So I don't think this is a super OP card, but it's definitely a good card if you want to run some extra control. Then, for the Dash Pack promos, we have Energy Volley Gogeta. He's a 5-cost, 25,000 with Double Strike. He's got EX Evolve on a red BR Veku with an energy cost of 3 for 3 red energy. When a card evolves into this card, your opponent reveals their hand. Choose up to one battle card with 35,000 power or less and place it in your opponent's drop area. So outside of secret rares, whatever you have is going bye-bye. It'll be a nice card to get rid of, like, a super combo. But otherwise, I mean, it's not a bad card at all. But I feel like it's not something that everybody's going to jump to play. Then for blue, we have Trunks, Hope of the Saiyans. Always love me some Future Trunks. He's a 2-cost, 15,000 power. His auto says when this card attacks, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to one blue Saiyan card among them, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I have mixed feelings about this Trunks. For one, we already have a Trunks that does a very similar effect to this, that is basically the same card. So we have the Trunks from the first anniversary box. That was a 2-cost, 10,000 power. That had the auto when you attack, you look it up to the top 7 cards from your deck, add a future Trunks to your hand, and he gets plus 5,000 power. So both these cards cost 2 to play. And they both attack for 15,000. Now this one also defends for 15,000. But the difference being you can look at more cards, more than twice the number of cards with the older Trunks. But you can only search Trunks. So if you're running a Trunks themed deck, like I am currently running with that, then that is the better card to play. If you're going to be running Trunks Vegeta, like you're probably going to be with set 7, this is the better card because you can also pick up a Goku, you can pick up a Vegeta, or a Vegeto. But if you're doing a Trunks themed deck, I would definitely go with the Anniversary Box 1 over this one. Now this one, the art does look really dope, but even then, the Anniversary Box Trunks just looks so much better with the sword and the... Okay. And we also have these alternate foils too for them. I'm not really sure how I feel about the foil or the like the background design for the pre-release, but they look cool. But I think I can live without them. Then we have Overwhelming Energy Broly. He's a 6-cost, 25,000 power with Double Strike. His auto says when you play this card and your leader card is a green Frieza's Army, If there are 3 or more battle cards in play in your battle area, draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. That's kind of sick because that allows you to just like do some serious comboing and just not give a shit. However, he is Broly BR, so you can't use him with all this new Broly support coming out. His activate main for 1 green energy. Place this card in its owner's drop area. Choose up to 1 Broly BR with an energy cost of 7 from your hand and play it. See, so he's not terrible by any means. But I'm just reiterating that he cannot be used with the new OG Broly support that we're getting in this set. I mean, he's already a 6, so 6 cost to play. I mean, I don't know. It's not a bad ability, but the allure here is the ability to draw till you have 6 cards in your hand, not so much the ability to play the 7 cost. Then we have Vegeta, a Master's Temperament. It's a 4 cost, 20,000 power with dual attack. When you play this card and your leader card is yellow, if your opponent has 4 more energy and a Kaba card is in play in your battle area, choose up to 2 of your opponent's energy, switch them to rest mode, and cards chosen with this card's skill can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. There are a gross number of ways to lock your opponent's cards into rest mode. Not only just in this game, but with this set specifically and with this Universe 6 support. And it's gross. I think it's going to be pretty good. I don't like it, but I feel like it's going to be a really big pain in the ass to play around with. And see, again, like, some of the cards, like the background, that's a blue sky background. That one's got, like, the weird red color. But it just doesn't, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't really change a whole lot. And I don't really care about the pre-release stamp. As long as the foiling is the same, you know, dash pack, tournament pack kind of style foiling that we all love, that's what really matters. But the dash pack cards, they're great. They definitely have some cool effects. I feel like the Trunks is the best one, but I'm biased, so you have to take my opinions with a grain of salt. That kind of goes with everything, though, because I'm opinionated as fuck. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys are hyped for Set 7, let me know what you think about the King Vegeta starter deck and the Kaba Universe 6 expert deck. Let me know about the dash packs if you think any of these cards are going to make much of a difference. I don't think they're going to be meta-defining or anything like that. But they're kind of like cool little nods to other archetypes. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here now. And we'll see you guys in the next video.